Hello, Healthi family. What's up? Community Manager Jordan here for another member spotlight meeting. I am super excited to get one of our Healthi coaches back on here so you can hear her health and wellness journey and how her lifestyle and how everything has been going for her health and wellness journey and now with Healthi. Pretty soon I'm going to be inviting Healthi community coach Meagan on. She is from Canada and she has a story to tell. Super excited for you guys to listen to this episode of the podcast. So if this is your first time on with us tonight, go ahead and write down in the comments where you're watching from, what plan you're on, all that stuff. If you're actually watching this via the replay, go ahead and write in the comments #replay so we know that. And if you haven't already, go ahead and give this video, this live, a thumbs up and give it a share so more people can see what's going on. All right, just another minute or so for her to get on here. Hello, everybody that is joining tonight. Hello. I hope you guys are having a fabulous week. Great week so far. It'll just be another minute or so for her to get on here. Hello. Alrighty, just takes her a moment. Hope you guys are having a great December so far. Can you believe it is almost the new year? This is nuts. I can't believe 2021 is pretty much over with. It is crazy. All right, she should be coming on here any moment. Here's to fingers crossed that we don't have any issues at all with Facebook. Hello from Georgia. Hello, neighboring state. Hello, everybody. Real quick, let me go ahead and plug this in also. If you guys didn't know, we now offer member meetings, like every day. Every day we offer member meetings. I had one this morning that I taught, that I did, and it was at 11 o'clock, and it was just amazing. Ben's was Monday. We have head coach Lisa's tomorrow. Y'all, if you haven't already, head over to our website or head over to healthi.eventbrite.com to get your ticket to these member meetings. It is amazing. This week's topic is mindful eating. If you haven't been to one of these, you definitely need to while there are still tickets. All right, Megan, I just seen that you were on. All right. See where you're at. Megan, there should be a place for you to click Ask to Join. They are $3 a ticket, Janet. So for less than really a coffee drink, a Starbucks coffee drink or anything, you can get a support meeting. They're an hour long. Member meetings are here now to say there's more to come. We have more meeting leaders than just the 4 that are posted right now. We have a couple more that are coming. So do not be surprised that these are not multiple times during the day, during the week. We have meetings with Coach Ben is doing meetings on Saturdays and Sundays. So there are Saturday and Sunday morning meetings for everybody, and they're all virtual on Zoom. All right, Megan. I'm trying to even... Megan, do you see there's like a little area at the bottom that asks you to join? There we go. Okay. Send invite. Hopefully Facebook doesn't freeze. All right. She's coming on. Hey, Megan.
Hi, Jordan. Sorry for the mix up.
No, it's crazy because, so like I said, I can't invite people onto Facebook Live via the computer, which is totally strange. So we have to do it all via mobile, but then like sometimes people can figure out how to add, like to request to join, then some people are like, I can't figure out where it is. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. It came up right away, and then I moved on the screen, and then it went away, and I couldn't find it again. So I apologize.
Nope, that is perfectly fine. Megan, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our members that are on tonight?
Okay, I'm just sorry. I have like it must be like the replay in the background, so I'm hearing you talk, and then I'm hearing like the video from prior. Just give me 1 second. If I exit this,
Yeah.
Is it going to take me out of the live chat? Let me just try
Yes, but
something.
if we have to redo it, that's fine.
Okay, let me just try.
Yep. Here, I'll exit you out, and then you can rejoin, okay?
Okay. Sorry.
Y'all already know it isn't Facebook without trouble. So glad everybody's on tonight. So nice to see everybody's names and faces. It's awesome. Alrighty, let's try this one more time. Send.
Okay.
All right, how is that?
I don't hear anything in the back, so I think I fixed it.
Alrighty, awesome. Megan, go ahead and introduce yourself to our members.
Okay, so I'm Megan. I heard part of my little intro, so I am Canadian. I believe I'm still the only Canadian community coach at this time. So yeah, if anyone follows me on Instagram, you might see products that I share or talk about that are a little different. That's probably why, because I'm a little north. So I've been doing, I've been doing Healthi, formerly I Track Bites, since March 2020. And I'll always remember that date because it was kind of when the world shifted and went into lockdown. And that's kind of what kickstarted my whole journey. I have 2 small children I was staying home with at the time. My husband worked away and everything was just chaos. And I wanted to gain control of something. And that's what I did. I just kind of transformed my lifestyle into something a little more healthy and meaningful. And yeah, that's how I got here. So hi to everybody who's new and old, and it's been a long time. So
yes, I'm so glad that you were on with me tonight, Megan.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and start from the very beginning with your health and wellness journey. You know, let's go back to however long you want to go back to. How was it growing up? You know, before you had kids, married, you know, how was your weight? How was your weight with you as an individual back then?
So as a child, like pretty normal, young adult, pretty normal. I was lucky. I was never too obsessive over what I ate and exercise and things like that, which I don't consider myself to be now. I just never had to focus on it. I was lucky in that sense. And I have 2 children. One is going on 7. The other one is 5. They are 10 months apart. So where my journey kind of began with needing to take a look at my health and wellness was after my pregnancy. So I had my son 6 weeks later, got pregnant with my daughter, and hadn't lost any of my baby weight, had a bit of postpartum depression. My husband, like I said, worked away. I luckily had my mom and other family members be super supportive in the sense of helping me with a newborn while I kind of found myself in the same situation again with a new pregnancy and worrying about how am I going to do this when I'm raising an infant. So the postpartum crept in, not wanting to take care of myself, just not focusing on the right thing. So I continued to gain weight on top of the new baby weight and hadn't lost the old baby weight yet from my first pregnancy. So I gained, I think in total, it was like 75 pounds from my normal weight, my normal meat weight. And it was just feeling so sluggish. Even after I got back on my feet with my second pregnancy, noticing that I had no energy. I had no desire to go out because I just had such low self-esteem about the way I looked and the way I felt. So whenever we went into lockdown here in Canada, it was kind of like an eye-opener. What's something that's attainable for me to control right now when everything else seems so out of control in the world? And that was my health and wellness. So I just kind of took it from there. I have a history on my mom's side of the family of diabetes. My mom is diabetic, my dad's pre-diabetic. So finding a plan on the former iTrack Bites program, I looked into what's going to be best for me in preventative diseases, things like that. And diabetes was one of them. So I chose the Sugar Smart plan. I was very successful on that. I dropped 30 pounds within like 6 months, which was good for me. I wasn't working out at the time. I was doing like a walk at home program, which I still love to this day. So it wasn't like I was being really strict or felt like I was restricting anything from myself. So that was the first part of my journey. I started feeling really good and confident again. And then probably around this time last year I was like, okay, I'm going to slack off a little bit, not be so hard on myself. It's the holidays and whatnot, which we all do, but I kind of just let it go too long, too far. And since then have been trying to get myself back in a place of, okay, just refocus, reprioritize what your health and wellness means to you and find your why again, which I've recently done. And ever since we transformed into Healthi, it's been kind of a nice boost or kickstart for me to reevaluate my journey.
Definitely.
So that's kind of where I am right now. Anyone who's new to Healthi knows that whenever you go on the website and you do your assessment, it offers you a plan, which I did. I thought, okay, this is my opportunity to go back to the beginning and see where I'm at. And right now I'm actually doing Conquer Cravings with a secondary tracking method of calories. So that's been really fun and new and exciting for me, which is I think the reason why I'm kind of going in the right direction again, because I crave the excitement of something new. So.
No, I totally get that. You know, Megan, I was so happy to be able to get you on tonight because I'm kind of wanting to, how do I put it? Like, go back through and get as many community coaches as we can to kind of get on the podcast to tell their journeys, because it's not 100% sugar and flowers and everything all the time.
And it's not linear. And I know most people know that, but mine has been like, okay, I'm doing really great. And then I was like, okay, I'm doing great. So I'm going to kind of, just ride this wave a little bit. And it was like, oh no. So
I totally get it. And that's where I feel like we blossomed into this new brand of Healthi. And it's like, now it's health and wellness. It's like, Megan, what is like something that you can do to help your mental health? What is something that you can do to help your physical health? What's something you can do that, will make you just feel better as a human being, as a person? And I feel like now, not that weight loss is anywhere in sight for a lot of people, but I feel like just pick something and start. You might not be able, the members that are listening or that are going to listen on the podcast, it's like, it's not all butterflies. It's going to be a roller coaster.
100%.
And sometimes you're just going to have to be like, a lot of our community coaches are like, maintain this month. Like, try that. Like, just be like, you know what? As long as I am good, I'm enjoying myself, I'm memories over macros, I'm having these great holiday parties, all that stuff. But guess what? I didn't gain nothing this whole month. Or I maybe have gained 1 pound this month or whatever. Like, that's what it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And that's a good kind of motto to have, the memories over the macros. I really like that. I'm going to kind of play on that one through the month of December, the rest of December, because it really is. And I mean, in Canada right now, our town in particular, we just had our big university in town just had a massive outbreak. And I feel like we're kind of going to be taking a few steps back, which, like you said, it's not all about your physical health, it's your mental health too. And finding ways to nurture that. And they go hand in hand, really, because without your mental wellness, you're not going to think about your physical wellness. At least that's kind of where I am in my journey. So
no, yeah, definitely. So I'm curious to know, coming from Sugar Smart, now being on Conquer Cravings, what are some differences you've been seeing in the plan? I mean, I know, like, just because I know all the plans and I know what they all are, but like, what are some different changes that you're like, are you finding that Conquer Cravings is more of a lifestyle for you that you can do in the long run rather than Sugar Smart? Or what are just some things, what are some benefits of Sugar Smart and benefits of Conquer Cravings that you found?
okay, so that's a really good question. What I am guilty of with the Conquer Cravings plan is that most of the bite values are lower because you don't have as many 0 point foods. So a big shift for me was trying to think of like, okay, if I'm going to use 2 bites on something, I'm going to make it something that's nourishing and it's going to keep me full for the day rather than like grab a 2 bite fiber one brownie, whereas with Sugar Smart was really great because it kind of pushed me in the direction of like, you have all these 0 bite fruits and vegetables and you need to take advantage of that. And I felt so good. And I wasn't, what I really remember is not having like this bloated feeling or like heavy feeling in my stomach all the time because I was eating so many fresh foods. And at this point in my journey where I'm just kind of getting my feet back in the dirt and like starting over, I want to take it slowly so that I don't get discouraged and feel like, okay, it's Christmas time, it's New Year's, I want to enjoy this and that, but I can't because I'm on Sugar Smart and I need to, plan out all my meals in advance. Whereas with Conquer Cravings, it's a little more lenient when it comes to your bite value. So I don't know. I mean, to each his own, but they both have so many great things about them. Like if you're wanting to focus more on your whole foods or your fruits and vegetables, like definitely go with a Better Balance or Sugar Smart where you have all of these 0 point fruits and vegetables. But if you're someone who's kind of unsure and you don't want to scare yourself by having a low bite number and think like, oh my gosh, I only get like 20 bites a day and I want to have, I don't know, like actual ground beef instead of turkey or something. Conquer Cravings allows you to do that in moderation. So it's more about the portion control than the whole foods or fruits and vegetables. So the assessments I absolutely love. That's one of the best things I found about the website, changing to Healthi and having that assessment tool there, compared to when it was iTrack Bites and I put it in my app. That was like my go-to. Okay, you already did your assessment and now it's done. I like the fact that if your habits change, you can go back to the assessment tool and change your plan up and it will suggest that for you if you're someone who just is beginning and you're like, I don't know what to do from here. So it's a really great tool.
Yeah. And it's totally one of them tools also. You get into a funk in a month or two and you're just like, I don't know if this is the plan. But like you said, when I first did my assessment, I might have put that I'm sedentary. I don't walk. I don't do a lot. I'm in an office. But in a month or two, I might have decided that I was doing walk at home every day for 30 minutes. And I can do that assessment. And now that's changed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which then gives me a different outcome of like, okay, what else is it going to tell me that I need to try? And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I don't say go do the assessment every 2 weeks because you just want to switch. But if you do get into a rut after a month or two, stuff ain't working out or you don't feel like it's a lifestyle for you, try something else. And I love that you've went from Sugar Smart to Conquer Cravings and you're not just like, well, if I'm not doing Sugar Smart, I'm not doing it at all. Like at least you are back in the right direction. And I love that. I love that, Megan. So question also for you, just because like you said, you just found out that the local university had outbreaks, all that stuff. how do you think you're going to handle if things go backwards for you a little bit? You know, as far as how the world is around you. Are you like, what are things that you're thinking of? Because I know it's different in Canada than it is in the United States right now, you know. Um, what are things for you, Megan, that you're just like, okay, I'm preparing myself for this? Like, how are we going to make sure that Megan is mentally in a good place for this? And then also physically, like, what are some of your things for that?
Well, I'll start by saying I live in a very small town. So being in lockdown won't be that like scary to me because there's not a lot of places to go to begin with. Um, but on the mental side of it, the community that I've built within, let's say, my Instagram account or people that I've met on this journey, that in itself is so beneficial to your mental health. Like the other community coaches, people that I've met who've started the journey after me and I met online or whatnot. It's just, I find it so refreshing to meet people who go through what you go through and it's not all sugar coated. And for complete strangers, really, it's shocking the amount of support that you can find within this community. So I have found and will continue to find that so helpful through my journey. And when it comes to the physical aspect, I've set up a little home gym in our house within the last
Yes.
year. So I have that to keep me going. And like I
Yeah.
said, I still do my walk at home program. Like my son, they're going into their Christmas break, but we're keeping them home early. So
Yeah.
he's starting his Christmas break tomorrow. And last night I was in our basement in my little workout area doing just like an online workout program. And then I did my walk at
Yeah.
home after, and he did the whole thing with me. And it was like so good for my mental health and my physical health because I was like, this is a moment we're sharing together because we're essentially stuck in our house. But it's the bonding time with my kids and
Yeah.
being able to work on my journey at the same time. So I think I'll be okay. I hope
Yeah.
so anyway, if we do go into another
No, yeah.
lockdown.
And I love that. I love that so much because, you know, with our kids, my kids are about the same. My kids are 5 and 7. Easton's almost 8. Um, you know, me and my wife, Brittany, have always said, we don't want them, we want us to always be that example for them. And,
Right.
you know, like this week, my wife, since we got back from Indiana, um, my wife is now going on multiple walks a day with the dog. And like my kids are riding their scooters again. Like we're getting outside, we're getting active. And I know people who are in Indiana or the colder climates are like, how are you doing that?
Yeah.
It is 70s here. Like, I'm
Yeah. That's
sorry.
kind of the
It's in the
situation we're
70s in
in.
December. I'm sorry.
Like
I'm not
we
out on the
had,
water. It's too cold.
I know, and it's difficult, and not everybody has the option, but um yeah, we have like a treadmill, and I ordered like some workout bands off Amazon, and I have just free weights, and you can find so many things online, you know, if
Yes.
you need to.
Yeah.
If you can't get out in your community, like I live in Canada and it's always cold here. So for me
No, I know.
to want to get out every day and go for a walk can be tricky. So the walk at home program is amazing. I love that there's
Yeah.
so many free options you can find on YouTube, and it's
Yeah.
just one of those things where if you have like an extra 10 or 15 minutes a day, you can do it, and that gives you those endorphins to be like, okay, I'm going to keep pushing through this day. I'm going to get
Yeah.
my app out, and I'm going to like pre-track for the day. Like it's just little things like that that bump your motivation and keep you going on this journey. So yeah, I'm starting to get back into that
Yeah.
routine, which is nice.
No, I love it. I love it all, honestly. So Megan, you know, I always ask these questions at the end of our interview. We're going on the 30-minute mark almost, but
Okay.
what exactly do you feel now? How do I put this? What is something you know now that the Megan in December 2021 knows now that the Megan in March 2020 didn't, that you wish you did?
Oh my gosh. Probably the biggest thing is like, it's going to sound really cliche, but like to give yourself more credit, because before I started that journey in March 2020, like I had, I don't even remember how much weight to lose. And it just seemed like such a huge mountain to climb. And I thought, okay, I've been carrying this extra weight and these feelings around for the last, 5 years. I haven't done it yet. I'm not going to do it. And then to just have my mind shift and just open the app. And whenever I joined Pro and went into the community section of the app and saw all of these other stories to motivate me, it was like, okay, there are people who have done so many great things on here that had such a bigger mountain to climb than I did.
Yeah.
And they did it and they're thriving. And once I got closer and closer to that 30-pound mark last summer, it was like there were moments that I just remember looking at myself in the mirror, trying on clothes that I wasn't able to wear before and thinking like, I did this. I only have myself to thank for this. And I can't believe that I didn't have the faith in me back then that I should have, So just knowing that you can act, it's attainable, and not being so hard on yourself and thinking like, I just can't do it. Because I had that poor attitude for so long. And it's even crept back in. Like I said, once I get back into the community and I start chatting with everyone that I've met on this journey, that motivation comes back really quickly. So I'm really happy that I'm getting to that place again.
Yeah, I love that you literally you wish you had the faith that you have now back when you first started. So many of us can literally say, oh my God, that is it. That is the answer to the question, because you have the faith in yourself now that you're going to keep going. You're going to, do whatever you have to do, mental health, physical health, your wellness, that you wish you had that when you first started. I mean, we all wish that. Yeah. We all wish that we had that faith in us, that we would actually do it. Like now thinking back all the, that year and a half of being like, I knew I'd do it, but I didn't really think it. So
exactly.
So the last question I have, Megan, before we get off is, we've had a lot of people on tonight. A lot of people are putting in the comments that at least they're not alone. One, I read that I'm not the only backslider. That just cracks me up. Sorry. Just the way it works.
I think we're all guilty of that. At least once or twice in our journey. It's like
hand up right here. Yep.
If you're not backsliding, like, you're a miracle worker, and tell us your secret.
Yep. Yes. So there's going to be literally thousands of members that are going to listen to this podcast when it releases on Friday.
The pressure.
And I know. So there's going to be people that are like ready to start, that need to start, that want to start. They're just not there yet. What do you want to tell them to get them started?
Oh my gosh. Open your app and pre-track your next day. Don't say tomorrow, just open it up. Say, okay, what do I normally like to have for breakfast or lunch? And just throw something in there. And then when you get up the next morning, it's going to be in your face. Like, okay, we're starting this journey today. And by the end of that day, you're going to be like, I did it. And it was that easy. Like, just open your app. Just do that to start. And go from there. Like, it's simple. And it's sometimes simple seems so complicated because you're like, no, it can't be that easy. So
wow, no, like as something as simple, it could even be your breakfast. Track your breakfast from the morning, that way you have one less thing to worry about. Wow, that's so good. Thank you, Megan, for that. Thank you for this interview.
It's been so long. I'm so happy that I was able to come on tonight.
So glad I was able to talk to you again. Plug in, let people know where they can find you on Instagram.
Okay, so I am at Mindful Meg on Instagram. You can add me there, and hi to all of the new followers out there and all of the new people to the Healthi app.
Yes, love it, love it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Megan. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jordan. Take care.
All right, you take care. Bye. All right, guys, that was another successful member spotlight meeting for the podcast on Friday. Community coach Megan from Canada. Amazing story. What did I tell you? If it's taught me anything, Get that app open. Pre-track tomorrow. Don't wait. Just do it. Pre-track your breakfast, y'all. But you're here. You're going to be well. We do this every single Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is my highlight of the week. I love being able to interview members and to see you all in the comments. I love it. Like I said, if you're watching this on the replay, #replay. If you're new here, let me know where you're from. Until I see you again next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.